Hi, welcome back to my channel, and this is the sound off on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Season 3. Okay, so I have been waiting forever for March 23rd to get here because when they showed the little trailer at BravoCon, I was all the way intrigued. I was ready for it. I was like, I need this today. And so I've really been excited. I have been under the weather. The period flu had your girl down bad. But yeah, the videos are coming to you really late. Sorry about that. But let's get into Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Thailand. Okay, so pretty much we got the duos, okay? We got Candace and Giselle from Potomac. We have the cousins, Heather and Whitney from SLC. We have the Miami girls, Marisol and Alexia. And then we have Leah and Portia. They're not really a duo, but I think the word on the curve was Tinsley was supposed to come, and she backed out. So we got Portia instead. And I think I'm happy we got Portia instead. I mean, I'm saying that now. I might have to change my mind. I don't know, but we gonna see. Okay, so all the duos are FaceTiming each other. You know, they all shooting these scenes about what we gonna wear, what we packing, who gonna be all over there, all that stuff right there. And in the midst of that, we get a cute scene between Candace and Giselle. Now, this exchange was really nice. If we hadn't just seen season 7 and what went down season 7, this would really be cute. However, we did see season 7, and a lot of people had their panties in a bunch. A lot of people were upset. The people were mad. Like, why is Candace being so nice to Giselle? See, all this shit is fake. They was faking. They not really upset with each other and this, that, and the third. And it's like a brief timeline, okay? I know sometimes it's hard to wrap your mind around things because we're receiving the information a little differently than how the events occurred. But spring of 2022, they start filming season 7 of Potomac. Few months later, season wrapped, and the summer of 2022, they film Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Thailand. In October, we start watching season 7. So Candace went on that trip not knowing all the things that had transpired. She only knew what she knew. So we did see in the finale episode of season 7 that Candace and Giselle were on somewhat of a good foot because they had a conversation in Mexico that did not air, but they showed it to us in a flashback. So Candace wasn't really aware of all the things that Giselle was saying to Robin in her confessionals, to Karen. She didn't know everything. She didn't know that Giselle went to meet up with the pretty little creatures, and she didn't know all of that, okay? That is why she's able to be cordial with Giselle. All of y'all that was all upset, be calm, be calm. She didn't know. Anyways, all the ladies are arriving to their house in Thailand, one by one. Giselle is first, of course, because Giselle can never miss nothing. She always got to be the first to arrive somewhere because she got to peep the scene and scheme. So Pepsi is the ladies' concierge, and he is there to help everybody throughout their stay in Thailand. And he's greeting everyone as they come in. He's such a pleasant guy. And we already know that Pepsi is going to be the breakout star of this here season because I like him already. His energy is everything. And then we saw how he was getting them girls together in the trailer. I can't wait to see that part of Pepsi. So Alexia, Candace, and Whitney arrive, but Giselle is waiting on Heather because she got 101 questions for Heather about this Jen Shah situation. And it's just like, sorry, but I'm really just not buying that Giselle cares this much about Jen Shah and her pleading guilty. Like, this is so fascinating to you. Why? I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I feel like she wants brownie points with Bravo to be like, you, I got the exclusive tea on Jen Shah. I got Heather to tell me this, that, and the third. And it bombed because Heather is riding out for her bitch. She was like, yeah, she told me she was innocent. That's all I knew. That's all I knew. Either she lied to me or she lied to the judge. But that's all I know. It was a fail. She didn't get nothing out of Heather. Not a thing. And I'm glad she didn't get nothing out of you because, girl, Heather, Jen Shah's not even there. Why are we talking about her? Anyways, the rest of the ladies arrive and everyone is excited and they're exchanging pleasantries and hugs and whatnot. And I mean, it was cute. It was cute. You know, a nice little, family reunion, I guess you would call it. I don't know. It's like a mini BravoCon, huh? So Pepsi takes the women outside to the spirit house and he shows them how to speak their intentions for the trip. And as this is happening, Marisol and Alexia are off to the side having a side conversation. And of course, they're speaking Spanish. Giselle overhears this and gets bothered and saying, oh, no, 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 I have a rule. We're not going to do the Spanish thing this week. And it was just like, the way I would have told Giselle to go to hell. The way I would have told her to F off. Like, who are you? Who are you to tell somebody not to? Girl, bye. So apparently Peacock decided to spare us the room drama because everybody's room was assigned before they arrived. So yeah, thank you for that, because that really annoys me. I think that's a waste of time. So while the ladies are all finding their rooms and getting settled in and changed and whatnot, Giselle and Portia decide to start getting into some things. And Portia decides to call y'all out that thought that she would have an issue with Candace. She's like, why everybody saying me and Candace gonna be at it? I thought I would know something. Like, what's going on? And Portia, unfortunately, the people think that you're a wild banshee. They think that you're gonna violently assault Candace just because. And y'all sounded real ridiculous. Not y'all, but you know, the people that were saying that sounded really ridiculous. Like, you think that Portia don't run into people that annoy her every day? You think she putting her hands on everybody that she see that she don't like in the streets, in the real world? Be for real. So Giselle starts back up about this Jen Shah business. And it's just like, girl, you are really obsessed. Like, you are really pressed about Jen Shah going to jail. Like, why do you care? Nobody cares but you. And the person on that trip who cares the least is Portia. Girl, let it go. Let it go, Giselle. So as the ladies are coming downstairs for lunch, you get Heather, Giselle, and Portia. Leah's approaching them, and Heather's like, let's try to get Leah drunk this week. What did she say that for? As soon as Leah pulls up, Giselle was like, girl, what happens if you drink? Leah lets them know, like, girl, that's going to set me back. It's going to ruin my life. It's a problem. Giselle was like, well, girl, we have to let you know because Heather wanted us to get you drunk. Heather, why you want to get the girl drunk? Leah's like, girl, nah, I had real problems, girl. I can't do that. Then Heather's like, oh, yeah, I read your book. Well, Heather, if you read her book, why do you want to get her drunk? Heather, are you okay? Why would you want to get her drunk if you read her book and you know all her situation? What? Heather, you ain't never gonna be able to explain that one, because that was hella weird. And off the top, Leah and Giselle are already both getting on my nerves, and you just gave Leah a real reason now to make this whole situation about her. You just gave her something to bitch and moan about. Thanks, Heather. Thanks. Anyways, all the ladies finally make it downstairs and they're sitting around the table and they're talking. And of course, Giselle wastes no time. She wants to start grilling everybody because she got questions for everyone. And it's just like, Giselle, this your only trick? That's the only thing you know how to do is just to make sure you get into everyone's business so that no one thinks about asking you nothing? Anyways, Giselle asks Bad Weather, what's the issue? Y'all seem to be getting along just fine. So are y'all mad? Is there really an issue? Giselle, you seem to be getting along with Candace. Is there really an issue with y'all? So like I said, I never finished watching season 3 of SLC. So I really don't know too much about the beef between Heather and Whitney. I really, really, really liked them season 1. But they lost me season 2. And the show lost me after they got rid of Mary. So I really don't know what to say. But from what they explained at that table, I think I'm riding with Heather. Whitney is obnoxious. Like, I'm not mad at Heather. If Heather don't want to fool with Whitney, then she don't want to fool with Whitney. Whitney blocked me last season. She went on a blocking spree, and she blocked me on Twitter. I ain't even really do nothing to that lady like that. But even before she blocked me, the lady is obnoxious. She is like a dog with a bone. Like, she is very much like Giselle. She's very much like Giselle. Is that why she was getting on my nerves? I don't know. Anyways, so they wrap up this lunch scene because now the ladies have to prepare for dinner. And Candace ends up getting left behind because she was taking too long. Giselle was like, she gonna meet us there. Was this Giselle's dinner? I don't remember. I think it was her dinner. Who knows? But in one van, you have Portia, Leah, Giselle, and Whitney. So Leah's telling the ladies that when she first got to the house, Heather told her how she wanted to help support her sobriety on this trip. That's one of the reasons why she's pissed off with Heather. Like, girl, why would you say that and then turn around and try to conspire to get me to fall off the wagon? What type of bitch is you? And I think we all wondering, what type of bitch is you, Heather? Because that's real weird. That's weird behavior. Heather's in the other van telling the other ladies that she thinks she and Leah are good. You know, we had a little hiccup, but I apologize. And I think we're great. No, y'all not. No, y'all not. And y'all really not going to be great. Because what you don't know, Heather, is that Whitney's over there telling Leah and the rest of the girls basically that you ain't shit. So y'all not going to be good, Heather. They got someone waiting for you. So the ladies arrive at the restaurant and everyone is being seated. And I forgot to say that Marisol arrived to Thailand sick. Her stomach is just doing different things. It's looking like she's drinking too much, but she don't want to stop drinking. That would irritate me. If I was Alexia, the way I would ignore Marisol, because you're not going to be sitting up here sick and then you keep drinking on top of being sick. Girl, don't nobody got time for none of that. Anyways, they're having their own little side conversation again. And of course, they're speaking in Spanglish. And Giselle is like, Urgh. Giselle gets all bothered all over again. And it's just like, how insecure are you that you think every conversation that people are having is about you? How entitled are you that you feel like you have a right to know what everyone is saying at all times? Who the hell are you, Giselle? I cannot. Giselle tries to check them, and it's just like, you look like an ignorant fool. How dare you tell these women that they can't speak Spanish? I don't care what they're speaking. Because they were like trying to make it seem like, oh, well, you can understand it. It's Spanglish. It's not Spanish. I don't care if you were speaking Portuguese. I don't care if you were speaking German. You can speak what you want to speak. Whether you're talking about her or you're not talking about her, you can do what you want. Like, I hate that they were trying to even give her like, oh, you will understand. It's not that hard. She don't got to understand. You weren't talking to her. So she don't got to understand. That I would have made her feel real bad. Because how ignorant do you sound? Oh, the Spanish thing, y'all can't do that. Excuse me? Marisol and Alexia are better than me. Because the way I would be a complete fool. I would speak Spanish the entire time just to piss you off. And I would be talking shit about you in Spanish. And I'd be like, you want to know what I said? I said you was nosy as fuck. Like, I would have been dragging her in English and in Spanish all weekend. Every time you look at me crazy, I'm going to say something to you in Spanish. That's what I would do. You had the right ones. Giselle wants to play this game of first impressions where everybody goes around and gives their first impressions or their best impressions and their worst impressions of everyone else. Child, this was dumb. What we really got from that, though, was another situation. We got another Heather versus Leah situation. And Leah calls her out again and was like, girl, you said you wanted to support my sobriety and you was trying to get me to drink on the slick. And Heather was like, I said that to you? She was like, yeah, you said that to me. I didn't say that to you, did I? And she said, well, your cousin Whitney told me you wouldn't remember that you said this to me. So I was prepared for this. And then Whitney's like, how would you throw me under the bus? Bitch, you said it. You didn't want to be thrown under the bus. Don't say nothing that you don't want to be repeated. Girl, you've been on the show 3 years. You know how this goes. Heather is just Heather don't know what the fuck she done got herself into. She's bewildered. She don't know what to do. And it really just comes down to she was excited to see all these ladies, all these girls are really popular on social media in the Bravo universe, in the Bravo verse. And she said something dumb, like a lot of people do. She put her foot in her mouth. And she can't really explain why she said what she said. Portia breaks it down even further and was like, you're a fan. You're a fan. You got excited. You said something dumb. She said, yeah. They done squashed the beef. They done cooked it, grill it. All is well. Leah forgives Heather. And Heather's just a goofy. She's just a goofy. She can't help herself. Marisol, she calls out Giselle and she was like, I was fine until you started having all these comments about us speaking Spanish. And so Giselle gives us this tired excuse saying that her twin daughters, they speak Spanish and they do it to make her upset and keep her out of things. And it was just like, Giselle, don't nobody care. Just, girl, stop. She apologizes and says, I realize this is about your culture. So if you know that was their culture and you knew it was offensive for you to tell them not to speak Spanish, why did you think that you could do? Giselle be knowing what the fuck she be doing. Giselle be knowing what she be doing. She be doing stupid things. She be setting little fires. And then she puts them out and she thinks that makes her a great housewife. No, it makes you annoying. It makes you annoying. You push the envelope for what? For TV moments that are lame. Anyways. Alexia decides to call Miss Giselle out as well. And she was like, you asked a lot of questions. You asked a lot of questions. We don't have people asking questions like that on my show. So I'm learning something from you. However, I have to wonder, are you asking these questions because you don't want to talk about yourself? And Candace was like, that's exactly it. You hit the spot. That's what it is. She asked the questions about everyone so that nobody can ask her nothing about herself. And then she was like, no, no, no. She gets all defensive. And it was like, Giselle, girl, we done peeped your game a long time ago. We clocked you a long time ago. This lady was in your presence for a very short amount of time. And she didn't put the pieces together. You're not that hard to figure out. You're really not. Whitney calls out Candace and says that she didn't think she would like Candace, but she was surprised that she's really cool and they have a lot in common. And she was like, oh, why wouldn't you have liked me? And she was like, well, because of the things you said about Ashley. And it was like, y'all know when Candace said that forehead was wide and she brought her breast milk to come cause trouble with Wendy. Y'all saw that. We ain't got to go over that. And my thing with Whitney is like, Whitney, did you also feel the same way when Ashley went after Katie season 4? When Katie was pregnant, experiencing a miscarriage, fighting for custody of her children? Did you feel like Ashley attacked Katie? Did you feel like she went too far with Katie? When she was questioning her mental health? I bet you Whitney never watched any of that. I bet you she didn't even watch season 4. I bet you she doesn't even watch Potomac. I bet you she's basing her opinion of Candace off of clips that she's seen. And probably watch What Happened Live appearances. Because I think she was on there with Robin one time. Whitney don't give me that she watches any of the Black franchises. I'm just saying. Candace explains that, when she was going through IVF, it was really difficult for her. But at no point did she feel like she had the right to make life difficult for anyone else because of what she was going through. So she cannot relate to Ashley and her messiness and what she tried to do to Wendy season 6. And I have to agree with Candace. Ashley only did that because Ashley has suffered a lot of humiliation at the hands of her husband. So she what they say, misery loves company. Her and Giselle are some misery love company ass bitches. Robin too. That's what that was about. Portia chimes in and she's trying to speak on Candace's behalf. Like she's trying to put words in Candace's mouth, and Candace keeps cutting her off because Candace is like, girl, nah, I know where you're trying to go, and that wasn't my sentiments at all. Okay. I said what I said, and it ain't changing. I knew what I was saying was mean. I meant it to be mean because I felt like Ashley was mean. So there you go. And then Portia felt dumb because she was just like, oh, well, I ain't gonna try to help you no more. Yeah, she didn't ask you for your help to begin with. She's not Bird Lady. She got a brain. She can speak for herself. But yeah, so far, I'm enjoying, of course, I'm enjoying Candace. That's my number one girl. I'm enjoying Portia. She's reminding me of the Portia that I used to love in her earlier seasons. Um, Surprisingly, I'm here for Marisol and Alexia. Because you know they pissed me off over on their show, right? They really pissed me off on their show. So, but I'm really here for them so far on this show. Heather, poor baby, poor baby. Heather is a goof. We gonna let her make it. But Whitney, Giselle, and Leah, them three get on my nerves. They really are. But yeah, I've already watched all 4 episodes. I don't know how I'm gonna piece it together. I'm gonna maybe try to scale it down to 2 more videos because I don't really want to do 4. I'm already behind. But yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe. And share my video if you will. Thanks for watching.